I told you, for anybody that would hear my voice, that this disinformation board isn't paused and it isn't going away, and it has existed well before this year. So what do? Nina Jankowicz goes out. Inner stage left, Michael Chertoff. Now, some of you out there may not know who Michael Chertoff is. Oh, we'll get to that. But understand, this guy was primarily responsible for, some of the most egregious acts put on not only people and citizens of this country, possibly other citizens of other country who did nothing wrong, but the Constitution. This SOB is your new government disinformation board from the Department of Homeland Security, of course. So he's your deep state puppet. I said there was going to be another freaking puppet out there someone's going to stick their hand up his butt and move his mouth and speak for him. And you guessed it, it frickin' happened. The DHS's latest appointment to the Disinformation Board adds to its credibility problem, because Michael Chertoff himself has pushed false claims about disinformation and is a prime example of boards such as this should not exist in any frickin' fashion. So the U.S. administration is getting further entangled in missteps in an attempt to create credible disinformation governance, whatever. It's just going to reduce. Basically, this board is there to reduce your liberties. That's it. Whenever some other action done by the government, it's not there to help you. It's there to you. So the latest addition to the outfit, former Department of Homeland Security Secretary Michael Chertoff, now nominated as the board's advisor by the same agency, is unlikely to add credibility or clear up any confusion about the board's role, given that he, too, in the past peddled misinformation. And you can see this from 5 days ago. It says the DHS created an internal working group called the Disinformation Governance Board to ensure department's disinformation-related work protects free speech, civil rights, civil liberties, and privacy, which it won't do any of those. Just like the Patriot Act, it's not for patriots. Well, it probably is if they want to throw your ass in jail for dare questioning the government. And believe you and me, this is all that this is for. Questioning the government, you can't do. You can't question Susan Wojcicki at YouTube. You can't question Google because they're one and the same. With the government, they work tandemly with one another. Same thing with Twitter, etc., etc. All these big tech platforms. Basically, the government's got them on speed dial. So when they ever want to call up, they go, "Hey, this guy's causing a little bit of a problem," and they get you booted and yeeted, whatever. So it was intended to ensure coordination across the department's component agency as they protect Americans from disinformation that threatens the homeland. So, let me get this straight. After reading that, they're saying that, hey, all this board was going to do is going to protect your rights. And basically, we, as the government, this government entity, we're going to tell you what is true and what is disinformation. How about you staying the fuck away from me with that bullshit? Because we all know it's bullshit. You have no intention to help dissuade disinformation. You want to actually highlight it and broadcast it and lift it up. That's what you want to do. Don't fucking lie to me, you sons of bitches. So including malicious efforts spread by foreign adversaries, human traffickers, and transnational criminal organizations, which are operating at the border, but our government doesn't give a shit about that, especially under the fucking potato. So the board has been grossly and intentionally mischaracterized. I guess by disinformation, huh? It was never about censorship, or policing speech in any manner. Fuck you, Mayorkas, you lying sack of fucking shit. And fuck everybody who's in the Department of Homeland Security. Go fuck yourselves. You deserve nothing but scorn and ridicule. Fuck you and everything that you stands for you. Fuck all of you. Now, get off my soapbox and I'll continue. It was designed to ensure we fulfill our mission to protect the homeland while protecting core constitutional rights. Again, bull fucking shit. However, false attacks have become a significant distraction from the department's vitally important work to combat disinformation that threatens the safety and security of the American people. You motherfuckers, okay, in the Department of Homeland Security are fucking rife with fucking vipers and people that would love nothing more to pull me out of my fucking house and fucking kill me on my fucking lawn. Because all I have is the incorrect political ideology or the incorrect thoughts. That's what you want to do. That's what Mayorkas wants to do. Fuck the Department of Homeland Security. Fuck you. And luckily, that's within my First Amendment rights. I can say that for now. So to help instill trust in our work, Secretary Mayorkas has asked former DHS Secretary Michael Chertoff and former U.S. Attorney General Jamie Gorelick, I implore you out there to look up these two fucking names. Those two names. Look them up and see what kind of fucking government shenanigans they've been fucking involved in. They've been involved in a lot of fucking shenanigans. Constitutional shenanigans. Probably even the deaths of many different people that we haven't even heard about. Guarantee it. It says to lead a thorough review and assessment conducted through the Oh, motherfucker, don't fucking lie to me! There is nothing fucking partisan in the Homeland Security Advisory Council. Zero! It's run by a bunch of goddamn commie fucks. This assessment will focus on answering two pivotal questions. First, how can the department most effectively and appropriately address disinformation that possesses a threat to our country while protecting free speech, civil rights, civil liberties, and privacy? You have no fucking intention to do it. Fuck you. Stop lying to me. And B, second, how can DHS achieve greater transparency across our disinformation-related work and increase trust with the public and other key stakeholders? You have no goddamn fucking reason to even have some sort of transparency. Fuck you, you lying sacks of fucking shit. Fuck you. Goddamn. The Secretary has requested that the HSAC final recommendation within 75 days during this HSAC review. The board will not convene and its work will be paused. Bullshit. You have not paused shit. You are continuing with your work. Those people that were working in the Disinformation Governance Board are still doing their job. You didn't hire a bunch of goddamn people and then fucking fire them just to hire them back up later. These fuckers are puppets. And that's all they are. They're fucking psyops. Don't fucking lie to me. Fuck you. Department's critical work across several administrations to address disinformation that threatens the security of our country will continue. So the infamous case of the Hunter Biden laptop is at center of it all, as more officials who have pushed now the debunked theory that the emails retrieved from the device were not authentic but a Russian op are getting appointed to the fucking board. This new government body is often referred by its characters as the Ministry of Truth. It is. Chertoff, along with former CIA Director Leon Panetta and several others who also, in the past, broadcast what turned out to be false claims that the publishing of the Biden emails was a Russian operation, are now joining the board in advisory roles. Yeah, you guessed it. The people that fucking lied to all of our faces are on the board to determine that if the board's gonna actually not produce disinformation, and hopefully they are transparent so all of us plebs out there can understand what they're fucking doing. Y'all see what's fucking going on here? I hope you do. I hope you fucking do. The necessity to do something to save face shortly after this body was launched comes because of the actions of his executive director, Nina Jankowicz, who also believes that the emails coming to light were the result of Russian influence ops. Chertoff himself said in the wake of the 2020 election, ahead of which the Biden laptop story was suppressed and censored by big tech and big media, that it was the Russians who got their hands on the emails, and that those saying that they were recovered from Hunter Biden's abandoned computer were preposterous. So you got the son of a bitch that said this is all a fucking lie on the board to determine what a lie is and what disinformation is. Okay. Right on time, right on schedule. Nearly 2 years later, however, there has been no evidence to prove otherwise. The authenticity of emails or the email's messages has been forensically verified, and the repair shop owner, John Paul Mac Isaac, said that Hunter Biden left the laptop there in 2019 and never came back. So that's really about it. So this son of a fuck right here, who basically said the Hunter Biden emails, his laptop, it's a fucking Russian op, and it's all lies, is now on the board for the government disinformation to determine what are lies, and you guessed it, folks, what is disinformation. Holy fucking shit, this country is fucking gone.